All right, I'm doing Advent of Code day one today. So for anyone watching, Advent of Code is a series of challenges, coding challenges that is, that come out every day in December. So an Advent calendar. They're basically leak code problems with a story, for lack of better words. So um, yeah, I'm gonna go through this. I'm doing it in F sharp. It should be fun. Let's read through this problem. So every day you collect up to 2 stars. When you get to 50 stars, you complete the whole challenge. So there'll be two small problems. After you complete the first one, you get the second one. All right, so it looks like on the input they give you a string, which is a list of lines that have one or more numbers embedded throughout, and it sounds like they want the first and last digit of that number. So if I had this input, I would take 1 and 2, I would take 3 and 8, I would take 1 and 5, and I'd take 7, which is also the last, so 77. Oh, and it looks like I do not adding them together, but I add them together like as strings first and then take the int value of that. So 12, 38, 15. Okay, cool. Sounds easy enough. So I'm going to pop over to F sharp here. I'm going to, let's see, I'll start with making a parse input function that takes in a string. So it'll take that string in, and I'll give this a type just so I can get some completion. I'll split that on a new line character, and then I'm going to, that'll give me all the lines. So I think what I want to do is, for each line here, I want to, so if I take the function of line and return, actually this is fine. So this will give me each line. If I say parse line, which takes in a line, I want to say take the characters that are system.char.is digit. So basically take all of the characters that are numbers is what I'm going to want to do. So if I pass in a line A, I should get back the sequence that is, sorry, I need to put this through. So I should get back the sequence of digits back. So to solve A, if I take in the input, I want to parse that input. So I'll take the input and I'll pass it through the parse input. And then for each of those, I want to take the, here I'll take a function on each line. Here I'll map we're going to want to take the function of each line and let the first be the let the parsed be the parse line of line. Let the first element be the I don't know, seek.head, I think, of the parsed one, and the last be seek.last of the parsed one as well. So these will be the two characters that are the first and last digits. Let's make a string of the first and last and get the int value. So this should give us a let val equal to int of that and return the val. Following, that's not valid syntax, so yeah. I'll do a first and last. So this should give us a number for each line. Let's see what's the syntax error here. This is multi-line input. Cool. So this should give us the sequence of the integers, or the strings that are the ints for each line. So I pass these through the seek.map to an int. I'll have a sequence of integers. And if I take this through and say seek.sum, I should get the final sum. And then I want that to be a string. So I'll turn it into a string. That's the final value. And so let me just change this to your return. I don't really need to store as a variable. Okay, that's part A. So I have kind of a, I'm just going to copy some input from over here. I have a little test harness I wrote a couple years ago. Since I'm using a .NET-ish language, I'm just going to reuse it. So this looks fine. Did I mess up the syntax of this? I probably did. One sec. Oh, this needs to be indented one. So indent happy language. Okay, cool. So here, let's define that sample they gave us. So let sample A is multi-line string. That is here. And if I go back over here, that's sample A, I expect the output of 142. So I'm going to just pass in the sol A on X. All right, and I don't have any other tests. So that'll be one test. And I probably need to open system.collections.generic. Okay, cool. So if I go to the F# folder, .NET run, the last day, which hopefully is that one. I've done a couple other days. Day one. Oh, sorry. This is, I wanted to test the last day. I need to, I do need to copy the input there. So 142 and it got none. So let's see. The head of, oh, you know what this is? This is because there's a new line at the end here. There we go, my test passed, so I'm gonna guess this is right. So what I'll do is I'll grab the puzzle input, go over here, go to my inputs folder, which should be over here, make a day 01.text, and run the last one. It should spit out the output pretty quickly, so 12 milliseconds. I trust this number. Sometimes they give you a huge input and it's actually, you need a long instead of an int to capture it, but this time it's just an int, which is nice. Not quite right. It looks like the digits are actually spelled out with letters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Interesting. So it looks like I need to scan the input. I mean, really, I should use a try for this, probably, but that's, I mean, I could use that. Yeah, so basically I just need to look for, it looks like I ignore the, so 7, and 6. Okay, so, okay, that makes sense. So basically it could be either the number that's spelled out or the integer value. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's say I have, basically I just need a new way of parsing. I still need this here where you parse the input. I guess I want to return the sequence of digits still. So I still want to do this, but I need to do this differently. So let's make a new function for that. So let parse input be whatever, takes it in a line. So I don't really want to build a try, but what I'm thinking is, so you could totally build a try where you have, and then you just run try.search, which would store each word and then do like a string search on it. Feels like overkill for this, but I probably could. That'll totally work. I can do it. So, so try is basically just a dictionary of dictionaries where you have each character followed by the next character. So like if I said the root is a, and the issue is I don't really know how to use dictionaries in F#, so I could look that up. I could just use the C# dictionaries, but let me take a look at how dictionary in F#. Item. What does this say? Yeah, new dictionary. Oh, so I use the C# API. That's fine. So I have a dictionary of string to string. I guess it's a dictionary of. I guess I'll make a type. So a node is a dictionary of character to. I guess it's a mix of, so Boolean if it's terminal, and a dictionary of character to node. Actually, it's a recursive type. Do I need to define a? Must be declared. Oh, that's kind of annoying. I'll make a record type. Bool terminal. That's why I don't really know F# very well. Bool terminal. Next. Probably terminal bool. Let me look up the create record type F#. Type accessibility mutable list. Cool. So I probably need to move this to a new line, indent it. Don't forget. I don't think I have any shots. Anyway, let's see. So I need to have a terminal bool. What's the syntax for this anyway? Oh, colons. Okay. So terminal, which is a Boolean, and do I need no commas? Cool. Terminal and a formatting for this is interesting. Okay, a next element, which is a dictionary of character to, I guess, node as well. I'm gonna make this uppercase node. Okay, that should be fine. And then this should probably be mutable. I need to make it a mutable bool. No, mutable. Mutable. Okay. So that's my node. My root should be a node. How do I create a record? My car is a. Oh, okay. I feel like this is not how I should be solving this. So if I make a car which is a terminal is false, and the root doesn't actually matter. Actually, I need a yeah, that doesn't really matter. I feel like this is tons of overkill. Let's solve this with the regex. One second, let me think before I finish making this try. 1, 2, 3. I could just do a string search. Nice for each character if it's a. I mean, I can also import a try library. Oh, all those are kind of annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have an easier way of doing this. Why don't I... Okay, what I can do is I can just keep cutting off the first character and then just doing a big starts with on it. Because it's only one digit at a time, that'll be a lot easier, I think. So if I parse B on a line, and this is going to return a sequence of characters. So if this is going to be really bad F sharp. I should probably figure out a way to do this better. Let mutable I equals 0. Let mute F sharp. Let mutable I 0. Yeah, so what we're going to want to do is while I is less than the line.length. Here, I'll just make this a string. Then do. So while I is less than, we're going to increment I by, well, I guess it doesn't matter. So if we'll take the line and we'll start from the ith character. So this will basically slice off the first character every time. And then we basically want to, there has to be a better way of doing this, but if, I guess there isn't really. System.char.isDigit line. So the first character is the digit. Then I want to give that digit back. Give that digit back. Else, it's probably going to be one of those numbers, which I'll just do. Yeah, sure. Line. Sorry, this should be temp, not line. Temp. Temp. Dot starts with 1. Then I want to return 1. And do this for all the numbers, which is a bit tedious, but not too bad. 2, if it starts with 3, give back 3. If it starts with 4, give back 4. Sorry, 4. Starts with 5, give back 5. And I need to increment the I should totally write this a little bit better. But I need to increment the I by the length of the string. 6. That's probably a better way to do this. 7, increment by 7, 8. Sorry, I need to spell out 7. 7, 8, 8, and then 9 and 10. Well, I guess 10 times digit, so. No, 0 is probably a digit. I should probably add 0. 0. 0. Else if f sharp. I don't know if it's elif. No, is there no ifs in the else ifs? It's just else, I think. Yeah, I need thens after all these. How do we do multi? Oh, it is elif. I thought it was. Else, let's take all of these and say elif. And otherwise, basically, we'll grab the digit. Otherwise, it'll be x. And then we want to yield that digit. That should give us the sequence of digits. But the thing is, we need to increment I every time. So we need to say I is equal to I plus 1. In this case, my formatter doesn't seem to like that. Okay, that's fine. I feel like there should be spaces around the operators. This should be, this will be tedious. I'm just going to do this, try and do this macro really quick. So, here, do this on all of them at once. So we'll grab the word, we'll say I is equal to I plus that word dot length. Cool. So incremented by the number of characters it needs to move up, which should be fine. And if we pass them to the length, then we're done. I don't know, I think it should work. So to solve B, we need to do the same thing, but we need to, instead of parsed, we need to parse B on line and then take the first and last element. I feel like I doubt this will work first try, but let's see. So take this, test case B, take the same, actually I think they gave us a new sample to work with. Yeah. New sample B. And I think the answer should be, here, let's make that sample B, and this should be an output of 281. And solve B. Run that test case. I feel like it should work. Now if it hangs forever, my guess would be that I'm not incrementing I properly. I is equal to, I is less than line length, the digit is, oh yeah, see if the first character is a number then. We're not incrementing I. There we go. I plus 1. Huh. Let me check something out really quick. Supposedly, someone's in my chat and I haven't seen them. I don't know if that's true. I have my little OBS window over here that has my chat in it. I don't see anything. My channel. Huh. Okay, well, it's a mystery for me of how to look at my chat. But we'll finish the Advent of Code problem, and then I'll come back to that. Dang. Stream chat, how do I get this? Alright, 1 second. Let me, One second, let me take a look at this stream really quick. Why is there no chat here? Because I agree, there should be chat. Yeah, see, on my end, I don't have any messages. Like here, let me, I can share my stream, that's fine. When I look at my chat, I have nothing here. I wonder if there's some setting. What do I have to do? Huh. Alright, this might be a mystery for outside of Advent of Code. Do you guys see this? Anyway, I'll finish this, then I'll come back to that. This should be a 9. This is definitely not the best way to write this, but I feel like it eventually should work. So that gave an answer of none. Input XX is not in a valid format. Oh, I'm not filtering out characters because I'm returning. So it's a digit, return the digit. Oh, sorry, this is, let's see. Wow, this is horrible code. But whatever. Yield. And give back X. Oh, sorry, no, this is. Yeah, this is fine, but I need to filter out and basically just say if this is a digit, system dot char is digit of the digit. We don't actually know this is a digit at this point because we were again returning X when it's something we don't know about. Then yield it. This debatably should work. Off by 1. That's very sad. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0, and parsing it. All right. Well, let's see. I can, when in doubt, a little bit of print debugging isn't the worst thing to do. If I want to log the first is the first and last is the last. I'm just curious what the, short of reading through my, no, isn't it? What was it supposed to take? Oh, sorry, this was supposed to take 2. Whatever, I'll just do a printfn. I have some C# helpers that are really nice, but they don't, like generics don't work that great with F#. I haven't figured out how to. I'll rewrite some of the helper methods later, but for now I can just print the print that. Should be fine. So let's see, we got 2, 9, 8, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 4, 4, 1, 1, 7, 6. And according to, oh, I closed this. Advent of code, I should have 2, 9, 8, 3, 2, 9, 8, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 4, 2. Eight, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4. So this one's wrong. That one's wrong, that's 11. And 7, 6. So what's weird about these ones? Let's take a look. Yeah, so this is the first one that was wrong, third from the bottom. So it's 4, it should end in 2. Seven. Actually, one thing I'm curious about, so let me take a look at my temp. This is going to get kind of gross, but what is temp? Oh, lines of 0, there we go. This needs to be temp of 0. Is that the only issue? Probably not. Because really I shouldn't use line outside of this line, because I'm slicing off the front every time. Oh, that passed. Okay, great. So I will run the last one to get part B. I should probably remove my prints because it slows it down a little bit. So that's the answer. And I'm wondering if that this is, you can't see on the chats. Counts too new. Interesting. Weird. This can be my chat, I guess. Seek.sum. So instead of making these an int, one thing I'm just going to try right away is making this a long, just to check if there's any overflow. Does long not have a constructor? Parse long F sharp. Well, this can still be there's almost no way it's going to be bigger than that. Int of x. Let me just take a look at this really quick. So if we are summing, so we're not summing that many lines up. I guess we are, but there's almost no way from summations you're going to get integer overflow like this. There probably is actually a bug, which is kind of annoying. But only have one test case, so having this pass the test case makes it harder to pass the problem. Sum of all the calibration values. So how many lines are in that file? Let me just double check that. Input 1, day1.txt. There are 1,000 lines. Yeah, 1,000 two-digit numbers can't be integer overflow, as far as I know. Sequence in F sharp is it's a iterable. It's like enumerable or like a generator value. So seek is basically saying I'm going to generate a sequence of numbers, and it gives you access to the yield expression here. So you can return like a generator of the values you want to return. So at the end of this seek, we would have like a iterable of all the digits, basically. Okay, so let me do a quick. Yes, no problem. So just in my test case here, I just want to make sure we're actually processing all of the numbers properly. So we look at 7, we look at 16, and we jump to the teen, and we yielded the 6. That all looks correct to me. Any other... I have no idea how to use Twitch. It's going to be another day before I figure that one out. I plus 1. This is going until... My exit condition seems fine. Huh. 281. I mean, 1,000 times... Alright. So let's see this last one. It should be 8, 1, I guess. So I run the last one again. It should be 8, 1. Should be the last. Yeah, 81. And the sum of all of those... Just kind of surprised that wasn't the right number. Yeah. Too low. The sum of all the calibration values. 76. First, I wonder if 0 isn't a digit. Oh, it didn't say 0 is a digit. I think that's what. There's probably a 0 in there, actually. Did they give me a 0? They didn't give any zeros, though. The word 0 is not mentioned. So basically, the issue is, so I think everything I have here, I believe, works. But given the input, so they have your puzzle input, which is a lot longer, harder to verify. Given this input, the number I'm producing for 54,412 is a little too low. And so the question is why? I don't quite know. Usually there's something slightly different in their test case that, so for example, if I look at their input.txt, they sometimes give things that they didn't necessarily describe. Like, that's why I was checking if 0 was in there, which is not, or 0. And so that's tough to think of if I missed one of the conditions that they were thinking of, or if there's something else that's a miss. Let me just read some of the digits are spelled out with letters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 also count as valid digits. Oh, you know what's interesting about this? If I have, let's say 1, yeah, that's what I thought. So I know what it is. So basically, if you have 1 and 2 back to back, then you have both the digit 2 and the digit 1, I think, and you're supposed to yield both of those, so you can use either of those. So I'm guessing what I should really be doing is always incrementing I by 1, no matter what happens. So if I take all these out, and always just, increment I by 1. I think this is actually going to get the same thing, because you're not going to treat the same number twice. It's a little slower, sure, but like, I think you are supposed to find both those digits. So if I just to see this, it still passes the test case, which it should. Yeah, so it still passes the test case, but I'm pretty sure that's the bug. 544. I mean, the number changed. I don't know. There we go. That's the answer. That's 2. That's pretty hard for day 1. Usually the day 1s are pretty easy. But that was an interesting one. I still think, so I would like to, in the future, if I was to rewrite this, I would like to, I think doing this with the try would be really easy, because you basically do a try.search, and you would yield all of the instances of all these strings and all the numbers, which I feel like would be a little easier. Although this was too hard. This was pretty easy. I just struggled a bit with F# as a language. You could also probably do this with match expression. I think you could probably do, I'd have to see. So could I do like a digit and match it with, I wonder if you can do starts with match F#. Yeah, pattern match the beginning of a string. Oh, you have to define a custom pattern. That's kind of a cool syntax where you can use the match expressions if you define a function. That's complicated. But yeah, so if I define this custom pattern, let's just do this really quick for fun. A custom prefix pattern. Then I could rewrite this let expression with basically the temp of, well, yeah, just match temp with, match temp with, and if it was the prefix of, oh, I need a pattern for the int. That's not that nice, but if it's the, like, 0, then you could write, like, 0. Yeah, that seems like a tiny bit of typing maybe, but it's not that interesting. Huh. Is that the right syntax? When, yeah, I could have done this too, but that's just as per process before. Oh, do I need a rest? Is that why? Yeah, so I could do that. That's not that interesting though. It doesn't really save you much over doing this. I definitely could have done a for loop instead of incrementing I manually, but again, I thought I had to jump characters every time I matched. Okay, that's it. Make sure I didn't break anything. A regex probably would work too. The one interesting thing about regexes, if I was to do this with the regex, is they usually consume character by character. So like if I had a regex that was like 0 or 1, I believe by default it takes like a greedy match. And so if I had, again, the example that tripped this up was 2-1 or 2-1 like this. And so like if your regex matched this, I think by default it wouldn't match this even if you called all matches. I could be wrong, because I think it does like a greedy match. You'd have to do like there is a way of specifying it, I just don't know how. Cool. Okay. Anyways, make a quick commit for this. I don't know why the VS Code is. There we go. Day 1, 2023. Not the best code, but done. I also should have played some music. I feel like that would have made this more interesting. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. So hopefully I get smarter, because I can't take an hour off work every day to do this. So we'll see. That's it for today.